before I get into this video, I want to... Actually, I really... That's how I swore, sorry. But, I really don't know how to start this video. I'll be absolutely honest with you. But there are some things that we must address. And there are similar crossovers with the United Kingdom and what's happened in the United States in New Orleans. And I don't know, what can you say? Let's be honest. What can you? We can have all these wonderful words and phrases and God knows what's condolences and what have you, but there's nothing you can say, is there? I come from a large family, right? I also have a large family of my own. I've got 6 kids, 11 grandchildren. And the idea that one of those could just be snuffed out like that by a madman in a car. And they go on about guns in the United States and drive-bys. What about drive-thrus? It's just beggars belief, doesn't it? How would it make you feel? Because I'm at a loss, Ray, how I can actually start this video. I'm probably going to run on there and waffle a bit, but there goes my phone. But there are some serious issues we need to address here, because you expect presidents, leaders of political parties, etc., and president-elects to do the right thing, to say the right words. Well, these days, tweet, I suppose. No, anyway, before I get into it, please boot the old like button, maybe subscribe to the channel, what have you. But you see, actions have consequences. And just like this individual who decided it was a great idea to drive through, I don't know what's gone on in his head, I really don't, madman, to murder all those people. When I first saw or heard about it, it was around 10, I think it was 10 people died instantly. And then there's several in hospital. And some of them might still lose their lives, you know, they're something critical. I don't know what the actual count is, I don't really want to look, to be honest. But, we had a situation in the United Kingdom, which I do want to get into as well, in the summer. And that too had some very irresponsible individuals involved. And basically caused a riot in the United Kingdom, in Southport. Now, this incident in the United States was in New Orleans. Now, when you get idiots, such as President-elect Trump, and he is an idiot. I'm sorry, but he's a bloody idiot. He don't deserve to be a president of the United States and the free world and all that, so to speak. He don't deserve that position. He has no morality. Yet they seem to brush all that to one side. The man is a rapist. Adjudicated rapist. Oh, I apologise. Oh, it was for sexual assault. For Christ's sake, I'm not getting into that though. Anyway. Oh, I could go on and on about that, but that's just disgusting. There he is. The disgusting man. President-elect Donald Trump. And what did he post? He posted this. He said, "When I said that the criminals going in are far worse than the criminals that we have in our country, that statement was constantly refuted by Democrats and the fake news media. But it turned out to be true. The crime rate in our country is at a level that nobody can ever seen before. No, nobody has ever seen before. Our hearts are with all of the innocent victims and their loved ones, including the brave officers of the New Orleans Police Department." So what he's implying here, that these are migrants. The man who came in, come in across the border, got into a car and drove through a load of what he calls innocents, and of course they were. I'm sorry, but that's not how you do it. You first want to know what the facts are. And we know what the facts are now. And it ain't a migrant who came across the bloomin' border. No. Not at all. It was... Well, we'll get into that in a moment. But, you see, we had that in the UK with Nigel Farage, okay, listening to right-wing hype and believing it and spreading it online. These people are dangerous. And my dear wife, when we did a little video clip to say Happy New Year to everybody, while on a dog walk this morning, she said something that was, which was correct. I said, "How do you feel about the new year and what have you?" And I think it's going to be interesting, but also dangerous. And she's right, because the man who's going to be the president of the United States come January is just that. He's just dangerous. Now, I'd like to do all my fun, jokey kind of humour and what have you in this video like I normally would do, but you can't, can you? This is just so serious. These people should be nowhere near power. Nowhere near. No ifs, no buts. Nowhere near. They are irresponsible. We've got Nigel Farage coming up the ranks, getting loads of support at the moment. Okay, like subscriptions to his limited company, Reform Party Limited. How that works, it doesn't sound that much like a democracy to me when you've got one person as a majority share, but there you go. You're not voting for anything, are you? You're voting for Nigel Farage to be able to do anything that he wants. That's the Reform Party for you. Now, on the other side of the coin, now this is a very poorly recorded clip because the audio is bad, basically, because the aeroplanes are cooling down the engines or something silly, whatever they do. Anyway, the engine's still running. But this was Biden, when he got off the plane and he was asked questions about this atrocity, and this was his response, okay? Not like some tweeting madman, basically accusing somebody basically they come from across the border when they didn't.
You've all got my statement. I'll have more to say in the next hour or so about what's going on in New Orleans. I'll be happy to do that.
Do you understand if the person crossed the border?
I'm not going to comment on any specific at all. I've contacted every agency in the federal government as well as the state. We're all coordinating to get to the bare facts. We know what the facts are.
Can you say if he was a foreigner or if he was a domestic?
I'm not going to say anything until I get all the facts in front of me.
So, that is a responsible president. Donald Trump is not a responsible president. He incites violence. Just like Nigel Farage. They incite violence. Now, Nigel Farage has the hashtag. Hashtag Farage riots. I wonder what Donald Trump's will be. You see, the damage has been done because his followers are so indoctrinated. Whatever he says, whatever comes out of his mouth, they're so indoctrinated, they don't care what the truth is. They have their alternative reality. That's what these people do, because they're stupid. I'm sorry, shouldn't say it, I know, but they are. Anyone who votes for anyone like Donald Trump or Nigel Farage are clearly out of their flippin' mind, they are. They're stupid, ignorant, uneducated in many cases, hateful. Because that's what that is, basically. That is blaming before you got the facts, when the facts are different. They are. Now, what we know is that. Oh, blimey, where do we go with this? That was somebody who was influenced online, indoctrinated, MAGAized, I suppose you could say. But it was a 42-year-old US Army veteran who was born and raised in Texas. Let me just, I'll drop this over so you can see it for yourself. There you go. Born and raised in Texas, and he was apparently radicalized online. He wasn't a migrant coming across the border, maybe the southern border or wherever. No. He was a 42-year-old US Army veteran. These people are dangerous. Now, when shit was hitting the fan with Nigel Farage and he got caught out, Nigel Farage listened to this guy, Andrew Tate, and that was his source of information before he decided to to start blaming Andrew Tate and others. Why the heck would you use somebody like Andrew Tate as a news source? The man he's radical. He likes to radicalise himself, not himself, but other people. He's a radicalizer. I don't know. Why would you? It makes no sense. No sense whatsoever. And Andrew Tate, he kicked back, he did. He wasn't very happy. He was a little bit upset when he thought that his a little fan in the United Kingdom was going up against him.
I'm gravely concerned by Nigel Farage throwing me under the bus when he speaks to the legacy media. Not because I'm concerned for myself. I am prepared for negative media. I've been forged in fire across the last 3 or 4 years, and I've been through more negative media than Nigel ever has.
That's enough of him. Forged he is. Yes. Oh my God. Forged in negative. Oh, what the heck is going on with this man? Anyway, unfortunately, a lot of youngsters actually follow him. And according to Nigel Farage, well, I've got to show you this. Nigel Farage says that he's part of a similar phenomenon to Andrew Tate amongst young men. Okay. Nigel Farage is... No. That's Nigel Farage on the right. That one's Tom Swarbrick and Andrew Tate in the middle. Do you see him being some kind of icon for the youngsters in the United Kingdom? No. Unfortunately, many are following because he's offering cheap memberships to the Reform Party Limited for under 25-year-olds. He's trouble. And I fear that he's going to get closer to government. He's going to end up with more seats in government. And this man is dangerous. I don't think he'll be the next Prime Minister in the United Kingdom. But from his words, when he accused a migrant, he said to come off the boat, and then killed 3 poor little girls in Southport. Murdered them. There's a knife attack. It's just going around like a madman trying to stab everybody. And 3 little girls got murdered. So sad. Just like what's happened in New Orleans, but obviously, on a different scale and a different method. And what happens from that? The result of that was riots, for which basically Nigel Farage, hence hashtag Farage riots, instigated. He didn't technically start them, but he riled people up. He spread lies. And when you are in a position of where you have a lot of coverage, let's be honest, about 38 times he's been on Question Time recently, and he's always in the blooming press. Every single blooming radio station is constantly platforming Nigel Farage, that little runt. No more bloody milkshakes. I just wish it was a brick. Oh no, you didn't say vote. No, I shouldn't. No, don't say that. Bugger him. It's all about the greater good. The same with Donald Trump. It should be about the greater good. I learned that from Spock, I think. The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the one. So these people are dangerous, you see. So then when there was riots, you see, the riots in Southport were a result of the 3 little girls, but also as it became a hate crime towards migrants in the United Kingdom. In fact, loads of people have been arrested, loads of people have been up in jail, and what have you. And people like blooming Elon Musk are trying to make out that Keir Starmer's like the Gestapo and locking everybody up and what have you because they're tweeting negative stuff. It ain't like that at all. It's totally drawn out of all proportion. But he made the promise to actually get these people, arrest them, and put them in jail. He did what he said he was going to do. What more do you want? Now, I'm no flippin' Starmer fan, if you know me. I'm not. But I'll give credit where credit's due. He acted on it, but all he got was criticism. They go on about all these other crimes and what have you. Then the fact they had to let some out of jail who'd been in for a while. What's he supposed to do? You'll never be happy. You won't. The same with Biden. For all the good stuff, you flipping out, he's done a shitload of good stuff in the United States. Your economy is doing really well. You might not be feeling that, but there's lots more to it. There's more nuance than just, oh, more money coming in, is there? Well, how come I got less then? It's called inflation. It's called issues around the world. The fact is that managed to hold it all together is pretty darn amazing. You've got growth. We in the United Kingdom are basically on the edge of a recession. We've got no growth. Once Donald Trump comes into power, you'll have no growth. And you'll be in a recession quite rapidly, especially if those tariffs. Bloody idiot. Anyway, my point in this video, these people who get put in places of power should never be anywhere near a position of power. They should be nowhere near it. Because they're just dangerous. And obviously, Donald Trump is one of the worst. Because he doesn't care, just like Nigel Farage and others, they don't care about the consequence of what they say. All they care about is getting the message out. Because once the message is out, there'll be a large proportion of their following, because they're thick as you know what, the proverbial. Well then, quite frankly, the damage is done. He's told millions of people, as Donald Trump, that the individual involved was a migrant. No, he wasn't. He was in the US forces. So there you go. Now, I think there should be. I believe there should be laws for this, where individuals in power, because they are people with good, massive coverage, even Andrew Tate and people like that, who incite this kind of or misinformation, especially for the purpose of creating that hate, you know, like the poor people in that hotel where in Southport, where they had wheelie bins set light and put them into the hotel. They were trying to burn them alive. There's people being dragged out of their cars and beaten to a pulp. And that's supposed to be okay. Just like the Capital 6 riots. Yet again, who incited that? Donald Trump. He incited that. These people should be knowing their power. I know I keep repeating myself, but crikey. Now, anyone who vote for these people are complicit. If there are any consequences to people like Donald Trump tweeting stuff like that, or put it on his so-called Truth Social, or people like Nigel Farage who did incite violence, they should be locked up. That's after being keel-hauled, or put in stocks, or ducked, or something like, you know, put them in the duck and stool, something like that, you know. Just see if they stop. Anyway, you can tell if they're a witch or something. Well, a male witch, which is probably a wizard. But anyway, oh, dear me. You tell me. Please leave it in the comments down below. But please beat the old like button and subscribe. And if you want to support the channel, you do it on Patreon or buy us coffee. And the links are down below. But I really would like to know what you have to say, because I do actually read the comments. I can't always reply because sometimes I get so many. But I do go through them and I read them. And I learn from you. Not from everybody, I must say. Especially when the MAGA people come in. But I don't want, if you're MAGA, comment away, but just play nice, all right? Okay, prove to me you're not stupid, please. That'd be a novel idea, wouldn't it?